I don't know if y'all broke it or not, but it seems to be working. Hello, everyone. I gotta disable it so it doesn't do that when I'm on my starting screen, but here we go. Ooh. Okay. Uh, I gotta do this now. Welcome in. I gotta check my music levels. Hold on a second. Welcome in, everyone. Bearded Printer, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate you so much. What were y'all doing today? Music levels good now? Yeah. Yeah, it's because I gotta disable the raid for the starting soon screen because then I have to like go through everything and figure out what happened. So but I appreciate you so much for dropping your people off today. I was still in the process of getting set up. There was just a few software things that I had problems with when I started. So yeah. Working on the German Christmas pyramid and did a neat Christmas tree design tutorial that you'll be uploading to YouTube. Awesome. That's cool. Yeah, I think I remember popping in when you were like started working on it. That it was either that or something else that was relatively recent. But I could be wrong. Let me see if I can get. Sorry for all the miscellaneous sounds in the background. I started printing something, but I think I'm gonna have to stop it because it's just a lot of background noise. And I think I need to slow it down by a ton. So I was doing a bunch of testing with Pet G recently, this past weekend, using the old formulation plus the new one because I did manage to grab two 5 kilogram spools of the old formulation. So I'm still trying to tune it for this particular machine. And let me get a shout out for Bearded Printer. And Liz, hello Liz, how are you doing today? Oh, and Jano's here too? Jeez. Hold up. There we go. Everybody's here today. Ta-da! Thank you all for stopping by. Let's see. And Silver Walker, thank you so much for the raid. Steven, thank you. Welcome back. Oz? Oz, welcome in. welcome. Yeah, so I was going to open up talking about some things that we were working on. So in addition to like this loud ass printer, um I did install some new fans over the weekend, but overall still like the motors when everything is moving, it's still pretty loud. But the fans, it sounded like a damn jet plane was flying into my room. So I went out and got, if I can find it. Yo, Raj, what's up? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for lurking. All lurks are appreciated. Don't feel obligated to talk and chat if you don't want to. Um, Today's gonna be a pretty chill stream. I didn't get the chance to stream on Thursday just because I just wanted to catch up on like sleep and rest and stuff like that. And then hello. Thank you so much for the follow. Follows here are anonymous. So if you just want to lurk and chill, that is totally fine. What was I talking about? Oh, Thanksgiving. Oh, snap. Welcome. Thank you so much for the follows coming in. I appreciate you. For those that don't know me, my name is CyberJules. I'm a tech-based variety streamer here on Twitch. I do a lot of stuff with like 3D printing, electronics, combining the two to make some pretty cool stuff. One of the projects that we're actually working on today involves a PAX Power Glove, like a Nintendo Power Glove, and incorporating a Stream Deck into it so that way it's like fully functional as like a Nintendo Power Glove. So that involved like custom PCBs. And then I was looking at a video from Finite Singularity. He actually ended up turning an actual Stream Deck wireless. So now that I know that's possible, down the line, probably next month, we'll actually make this wireless, which will be pretty awesome. Lizzie, hello, welcome in. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope the build that the sword that you're working on is coming out really, really good. I haven't checked Blue Sky in a minute. Well, I have. I was on like yesterday, but I haven't checked up on you to see how that was going. And then segueing back into this damn printer and how loud it is. I bought 2 of these Noctua fans for the undercarriage inside of the power supply area. These tiny fans, they were loud as shit. I had put a post on Twitter comparing the noise before and after, and it's so much quieter now. Like right now it's idling and I don't hear a thing. Even with my headphones on. If I took my headphones off, I still wouldn't know that the printer was idling right now. I would think it's off unless I like got up and actually looked to see, because right now I see the screen is on. You haven't been on Blue Sky in forever? Yeah, I kind of swapped back to Twitter just because everyone is there that I typically interact with. And there's just more visibility on Twitter, unfortunately. Noctua to the rescue. You got a 10G network switch and immediately swapped out the fan. Yes, because the like typical just knockoff fans are just loud for no reason. But I did have to do some modifications to it because the cables that it came with, I had to snip off the end of the cable and then solder on the power wires. That was the easiest one. That was the first cable. I just needed the power and ground connection. And then for the second cable, the second fan that was above the power supply itself, that also needed the connections for the pulse width modulation, the PWM wires. Cha-cha! Hello! Hello. I still hear y'all. I'm in the Discord. So y'all can talk shit. Ja. Hello, Jai. Hi, Jai. That's my baby. That's my baby. In the chat, that's my baby. They coming to see me in a couple of weeks, and I'm excited. Can't wait to just spend time with you. Not them talking. Hello? What are y'all talking about, huh? Oh, they're upset because I guess they didn't get notifications that I was left. Sorry. I have my mods in my ear. But they're all playing Marvel Rivals right now. Raven. But yeah, the fans, these are awesome. I've used these in the past for like some of my older printers. I had a TiVo Tornado that I swapped out one of the fans for one of these. Except it was a 120 millimeter fan. But this brand, amazing, super silent, highly recommend. I had to do modifications to the wires that were supplied in order to make it work, because I didn't want to have to rewire everything. So I was like, I'm gonna cut off the wires from the old fans and just solder it on to the new ones where they're supposed to be. And it was straightforward. I did take little clips of the process. So whenever I have free time, probably on Friday, honestly, I'm going to put it all together and create a little Instagram video. Um, and then do a voiceover and all that stuff. I gotta do some editing. So I might do a live stream on Friday if you guys want to hang out while I do some editing and stuff. And then as of Friday, it's the last day of my current job on Friday, and I'm excited. And then I get to be home at least for a couple months. Then I have to move. My move date got moved up a few months, which I was kind of bummed out about. But I'm still looking forward to being able to, at least while I'm at home, spend a lot of my extra time just like doing a bunch of stuff, which I'm really, really happy about. Hi, welcome back. How you doing? You have a 2-rack mount service filled with Noctua fans, and they're near silent, so worth it. Yeah, they're the only fan that I've ever bought like third party. Because I've just read so many reviews on them, so it was just like research, and it worked out. So I'm really excited about this new job. And I'll have a lot more flexibility. The management is like super nice. I've been working with them already for like the past like 9 months. So they're really laid back guys. Like they're one of them's like relatively old. He's like, I think he's like in his 60s, and then the other guy, he's like, I would arguably say he's in his 40s. But both of them, like, I've spent plenty of time with them already. And it's a small team. A lot of, not, I want to say hand holding, but they're very, very helpful. Like whenever I have any questions about the software I'm using or whatever. And there's just a lot of guidance in general, which I'm really grateful for. So I'll be doing actual like PCB design work, which I'm super thrilled about. Because I've just been doing it on the side anyway. And I know a lot about the manufacturing process. So combining the two things, there's just a lot of overlap, because a lot of the time when I see designs that come in, the stack up looks like shit. And the stack up, thank you guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. So like when you're looking at a circuit board design, there's a thing called a stack up. A stack up is essentially the copper layers and the dielectric materials that make up that circuit board. So literally like something like this, right? And it's like multi-layer. It could be double-sided on a single piece of like what we call laminate with copper on both sides. And I've seen some terrible stack ups. Terrible. Absolutely trash. So to actually be able to take the knowledge, ice high. You work with people who do that, design enclosure parts for other people's PCBs. Yeah. So like I'm super excited to like be able to combine like the different things that I'm super interested in. Sorry, my sound cut you off. No, it's no problem. It's okay. It's okay. I programmed it that way for a reason. It's fine. I need to change it soon. Yeah. Whenever you have a new sound that you want, just let me know and I can change it for you. But yeah, I'm like super thrilled. And I know it's gonna work out well, because like taking what I learn at work. Hello, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. Thank you. Feel free to lurk and chill. Follows here are anonymous, so don't feel obligated to speak. I'm just kind of talking about the plans for the future and things I got going on in my life in general. So I was talking about PCB design and how that's gonna come in really handy. Like the more I improve like on the industry side, my design skills, that translates directly back to here. And then I could make more intricate designs, more, it's gonna be cool. Like I'm really excited for what the future has to bring. Gotta go. Be back later. Appreciate you. Thank you so much again for the raid bearded printer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Enjoy the lurk. Um, how far are you moving without too much detail? A couple hours. It's nothing terrible, but I would not commute. I would not commute daily. It's gonna be a hybrid position. Um, so I'll definitely have more days where I will be at home, which I'm really excited about. Let me do this real quick. I wonder if this is gonna fuck up my stream. I don't think it will, but let's do this. Okay, cool. That worked. That worked. All right, and the captions are on too. Moving homes is a pain. Yeah, trust me. I know. I'm going through the stress. And now that my timetable got accelerated a little bit, I'm like looking at places and like it's just expensive. I love my current space right now. Like this is literally like my dream setup, but unfortunately, I do gotta go. I gotta go just because my current role would kind of making me go cuckoo in the head. Not gonna lie. Um, so I'll suck it up for like just because I have to move in like such a hurry. I think I'm going to spend the first year just finding a place that's like relatively cheap. Like if I have to condense a lot of stuff, I will. I already am planning to get rid of a large chunk of stuff in this room. That's why it was so important for me to kind of reorganize my printers and decide like what I wanted to get rid of, what I want to donate. Because literally the things that I'm taking with me from this room is like my stream setup, those tables, the printer, like the shelves that I hold a lot of my printers on, and like everything else gone. And one big thing is like my job is paying for relocation, so none of it's coming out of pocket, thank God, because nothing's worse than having to suddenly have to pay for things and move. But I'm excited about the opportunity. Plus, I'm getting a nice little pay raise, which is pretty cool. And I told them, I was like, the place you're telling me to move is more expensive than where I live now, so it gotta go up. It gotta go up. They tried to get me, and then I pushed back immediately. I was like, I need this amount, and I presented the research. I was like, this is the estimated cost of living of this place. I'm going to need this much. And they accepted. So I was like, all right, cool. That means they accepted right away, which means I could have asked for more. So now I know in the future. The most annoying thing though about there's like certain, yeah, I didn't ask for enough. But I know for the future though. Yeah, that means they really wanted me. And historically, they actually do really need people. Because they're actually a couple people are retiring, so they really need to bring in new people, and they've been having and they disclosed to me ahead of time. They said, yeah, we're having trouble finding people, like people that actually know like what to like how to do like technical work like this. And I'm like, I have a plan. So I was definitely like, I was already in. Like they like before we even had the formal interview, I was already working with them, and they were like, you should come with us. And I was like, you guys are cool and I like working with them. So it just kind of worked out. Keys. Kiki. Hi. Welcome. How do you do? Villain. No, I was plotting. I was plotting hardcore. I was like, I know how bad y'all need people. By the way, do you have a recommendation for a sturdy work table on the smallish medium size for side for a printer? Smallish medium. Well, this one, like, what's your budget? Like, what's your budget? Then I could probably recommend you some things. I'm all right. Just finished cooking. About to oh, what'd you cook? Did you enjoy your Thanksgiving? I hope you did. I really didn't do much personally. I was home. I slept. I literally slept until 5 p.m. that day. Actually, no, that's a lie because I remember tuning into Liz's stream at around like. Actually, no, that was accurate. I slept until 5 p.m. on Thanksgiving. And then I tuned into Liz's stream closer to like 6-ish. And I was just kind of hanging out. 250? All right, easy. So these tables that I got, the smaller table, it is a 27 wide by 63 long. I got that for $129 on Amazon. And then this one that I literally just got and we kind of assembled on stream, same manufacturer. This time this one was 33 inches long. I mean, inches wide and 70 inches long. 70 or 72 inches long. And that was like 150, 160-ish. P1S, yeah, definitely I would say the first option. Yeah. Cuz the P1S I think is like it's less than 2 feet. So like that's plenty of space. Yeah, I would go with the 28.7. I can find the link and post it for you if you'd like. I can tell you the exact table I got. Hot honey burger. Ooh. I haven't had a good burger in a while. Not gonna lie. Where is it? Oh, I was looking back at my. I bought RAM for my computer back in October. It was $105. $105. Now, when I click on the same link, people are reselling it for over $500. And I can't even find any RAM. What? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Yeah, it's bananas. Why won't my hold on a second, sorry. My Amazon thingy won't open. Here we go. Orders. Desk. Here we go. And there's a 63-inch version. And it came like quickly. Like I thought it was gonna take a week. But it came here in like 2 days. Yeah. And because of the growing use of AI, unfortunately, RAM prices will not go back down. So I'm glad I upgraded when I did. Yeah. Yeah, RAM is a car note for real. Homemade is the way or a smash burger. I would go for a homemade burger because I know what I like. Nope, not till the bubble pops. Yeah, I don't. It's not gonna pop anytime soon. I'll tell you that right now. Within the next 5 years, there's gonna be. You think now it's bad? The boom hasn't really started yet. Um, because especially now with the tariffs, a lot of manufacturers are looking to come back and be domestic manufacturers. But before the tariffs even happened, um, a lot of companies did not, at least in their product cycle management, they did not anticipate this happening. Um, so they're actively working now to bring their manufacturing back to the States. So we probably won't see it, like, I'll give it a year. It took years for crypto to see its death. Yeah, it's the big crypto boom of 20 2015, I would say, arguably. Bitcoin has been around since, like, what, 2010? Probably a little bit sooner. Because I remember when that was like $100. I was in college. I was like, maybe I should invest in this, but I don't know what the hell this is, so I'm not gonna do it. Now, 5 figures later, what the hell? But it is what it is. I'd rather invest in actual stocks. I'd rather invest in actual stocks. Um, yeah, less than that. Yeah, it was like maybe 50, between 50 and 100, like, back then. But to see how much has, like, changed now, it's ridiculous. And then 2008 Halloween. Oh, yeah. I remember, like, in high school, I was literally looking into it. I remember with my old shitty Dell computer with, like, Windows something, like 2003. And I was really looking into it. I was a poor kid. I grew up in the Bronx in New York, and my mom was like, she worked in retail. I was like, if there's any way I could help my mom, but I was like, I was hustling. I repaired iPhones when the iPhone came out for some extra cash. And then lo and behold, it got me into, like, engineering and all this other stuff. Um, and I really looked into it. I was, like, on websites, and I was like, what if I what part you live in the Bronx? I wasn't far from Yankee Stadium. It's like 161. You know where that Concourse Cinemas is? That movie theater? That shitty ass movie theater? There. Um then everything changed with the Fire Nation attack. You had friends that literally bought like $10 worth and just sat on it because they kind of forgot. And, like, back then, like, we didn't know the intricacies of, like, what crypto was and how do you protect it and how do you keep track of it, like. And then, like, reading now, like, when it blew up, and then people were like, there's, like, these wallets, I guess, where they, like, contain their crypto and stuff, and people didn't remember their keys and shit. So, like, people probably sat on, like, $10 worth of crypto, which are worth probably millions, and they don't have access to it. So I feel sorry for those guys. But yeah, it's insane how much technology has shifted over the years. But yeah, now with this AI boom, especially, like, it's still technically early. I still don't condone it in the, like, the generative sense where it's stealing art, people's music. Um, and because of the industry that I'm in, we're actually looking to it now to help with productivity in terms of, like, any software tools that we're using and how it can aid us, how we can use our data and for it to learn from our data and, like, make processing better. But in terms of, like, art and creative aspects, I don't approve of it at all personally. Cause, like, I'm just gonna pay somebody to do the art for me, you know? I mean, if people use it, that's your prerogative. I'm cool, but wait, you're in or from New York? I'm from New York. I grew up in New York. Oh, you live by Fordham? Oh shit. I I was on Fordham Road all the time. That the one my one core memory of Fordham Road is going to Sears and going to Golden Crust, because every now and then Me and my mom would go shopping, and I was like, can I get a beef patty?" And we go to Golden Crust. Bitcoin pizza, 10K Bitcoin for two large pizzas in 2010. The market value for those is 1 point, oh Lord, billion? That's nuts. But yeah, I'm just like, mm-mm. I know those people are sick. And even as like a joke, like people probably like bought it and they didn't think, oh, this isn't gonna be anything major. But you swear to God, I know exactly the corner you're describing without doxing myself. You literally live there. Yeah, it's where the bus, a lot of the buses, like the hub is there. Like that's like the first stop for like a lot of buses from what I remember. I don't know how much things have changed. I haven't been back in like maybe like 2 years. Yeah, the Sears is gone. I know that for sure. The Sears has been gone like at least a decade ago. Gonna Lyric, about to grab some beverages. Enjoy your beverages. The Golden Crust still there? Look, beef patties are good. They have one where there is like one in the area where I am now, but there's not too many out there. But it's a core memory for me, honestly. Just me and my mom going shopping and ending the day out going to Golden Crust. Um or Chinese food. Let's see. Let me get this. We've been talking for quite some time. which I'm not upset about. I'm glad we're able to like chit chat and catch up. Um and like talk about the state of technology in the world today. Um AI is killing the planet. They're literally building data centers in disenfranchised communities, and people are suffering because of it. Um, was it X Twitter got its own like thing for Grok. Grok AI has its facility in like I think it's in Tennessee. Um, and then there's a bunch of other areas, and it doesn't help that all of these like major companies are like taking part as well, and then more and more communities will suffer. So in my personal opinion, everybody needs to stop using that shit. Unless it's like local to like your computer or like a small server at in your building. Stop building these big ass data centers. It's using up a lot of the water that we need to survive. I'm glad the residents are pushing back now. Yeah, they like everyone needs to, not just the people affected, but everyone needs to do their part. Um, and it kills me so much when people would post something on Twitter and then instantly ask Grok if it's correct. When AI, the way it's structured is it actually takes the information from what it's like pulled, like where it's taking that information from. Some of that information could very well be incorrect, but it's taking that information anyway, right? So you could be very well getting the wrong answer instead of just Googling it yourself. And while Google has Gemini, I'd turn that off as well, because that could also be very incorrect. It could have outdated information. But you know. That's me on my little soapbox. Have you ever thought about building a humanoid robot or some insane drone project? I would love to build a drone. There was this cool video I actually saw today of this guy in China. He makes drones that look like swords and he controls them with hand gestures. And it's like something out of a freaking anime. And I'm just like, I want to do cool stuff like that. And then he built one giant sword one that he's actually riding on. I was just stumbling on I was just on YouTube and I was just like, what is this? This is really awesome. Yeah, you could literally be Alucard from Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I need to look that up. Alucard let me look it up. Let me look it up because I need a frame of reference. I've watched Castlevania. Um Symphony of the Arc. Whoops. Not YouTube being loud as hell. Symphony of the Arc. Symphony of the Night. I tabbed it, but I'll look into this after the fact. Because he can control his sword. Oh, right. Okay, yes. I remember him doing that in like season 1 where he was doing that. Unless I was thinking of a different show. But I remember something similar. I'm pretty sure it was season 1 when he woke up. But man, technology just be out here doing stuff. Yes? Okay. I was like, is it season 1? It was like closer to the end of the season. It was a while since I watched it. Let me do this really quick. We're busy chit-chatting. I love chatting with you guys. Also, I posted earlier on Twitter about all the things we did this year. So this is a big thank you to everyone for an amazing year. Like this is the biggest year that I've had streaming. So it's really thanks to all of you for all of the support while I do the things and build the stuff that does other things. So thank you. 2026, we're doing more stuff. W growth and branching out and doing different things, meeting cool people, going to more maker events. Went to my first maker event this year, 3D Printopia. I got to meet Liz. I got to meet Bearded Printer. So many 3D printing friends we got to meet this year. And we participated in quite a few events. We did a couple of charity streams with World Central Kitchen. We participated and won a Marvel Rivals tournament. Shout out to Ice. It's by Ice. She was my party animals partner, and we took the crown. We took the crown. And we had a couple of interviews. One with AMD for Black History Month. We were on a panel. We also did a chat with Kawaii Guy on the Twitch channel. We did a bunch of cool stuff this year, and I'm looking forward to us doing a lot more. I wanted to build a ball-shaped drone so I could make 10 of them and cosplay as English Fomal Hot and Oren Foss from Thunder Force 4. The idea is to build a drone that relies on vector to air thrust. Imagine putting 8 leaf blowers on a basketball and watching it guide itself to the net or orbit. I've seen something similar with the BB-8 drone where it was on like caster wheels and it was on caster wheels, the ball in the center, and kind of like an RC car sort of system in the middle of the center ball to control movement, and it's kind of like a gyroscopic sort of setup. And I thought that was really cool. Let's see. That would be sick for a Mr. Terrific cosplay. Yeah. Oh, like drones for Mr. Terrific cosplay? Like baby drones? Did you just spawn an idea? Can I steal it? Can I steal it for next year or something? Or Zenyatta from Overwatch? Yeah, any characters with like floating balls. Any characters with floating balls. And then this project that we're actually working on tonight. The Powerglove Streamdeck project. We got the new boards in. Already pre-soldered them. It's already pre-soldered. And then I connected the connectors, and it's connected to the very bare minimum needed um, to control the Stream Deck. And these buttons are actually functional. Like they actually like switch scenes and stuff. So I took the old board that it came with, and I kind of reverse engineered where all the touch points were, and was able to fit it into here. And I disassembled a Stream Deck module, took exactly what I needed from it, and we have a working Powerglove Stream Deck officially. Right now, it works when it's plugged into the computer because it needs like a USB to PC connection. But Finite Singularity actually came out with a tutorial back in June or July. And he posted about it recently, and then I went and looked at it, and there's a way to actually make the Stream Deck wireless. You just need a Raspberry Pi, Zero, and a couple of other components, and you're good to go. So I plan on adapting what he did into this project, not like now, but definitely probably within the next month or so. So this can be truly wireless, which will be pretty sick. If I didn't find out about cosplay, I would still be a video game addicted couch potato. Look, have you seen my Steam library? What up? Okay, I got a key for this game as well. Therapy Simulator. We'll be playing this probably on Saturday. Fridays, I want to play it this weekend. There's actually a demo right now, but I did get a key for the official release on the 10th. So that's gonna be funny. And then we'll like dress up and make it interesting. But yeah, cosplay and video games, the possibilities are endless. Like this other project that we're actually I need to set up the print now so I can have this done by the end of this week is Gambit Staff. So right now it's not retractable. It's just something that stacks on top of each other, and it's reinforced in the middle by a dowel rod, and it's about 6 feet tall. So, hold on one second. Hold on. Hold on one second. Whoop. Hey, are y'all talking about the thing that happened at the thing? Because that was funny. Yes, I'm still alive. Because that was funny. I was very flattered, but at the same time, no thank you. I go back into the shadows. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I was in Discord. They were talking about at TwitchCon how me and Jar, we were at a drag show on Sunday, and we were having a good time. We were like watching the performances, and this random girl like bumps into us like chest first, like me and Jar like facing each other talking, and this woman just comes in the middle of us, like boobs first, like, and we're just looking. We turn slowly to look at her, and we're like, "Are you looking to get to the other side?" Because where we were against like a rope, and then the stage extended out in the middle, and then on the other side was like the rest of the crowd. So we just assumed this girl wanted to cross because she just bumped into us, and surprisingly, we weren't like really upset that she did that. We're just like, oh, like, do you need to go? And she didn't say anything. And then we just kept trying to ask. I don't know, she was drunk. But she asked, like, are y'all looking for a third? And we're like, what? And like, no. Like, huh? Like, what? Girl, no. And she's like, y'all girlfriends? And then just to get her to go away, we're just like, yes. I mean, it's true. But we're like, yeah. And she's kept asked again. I was like, no, we're good. And then she asked for our Instagram, and then Jar has Insta, but they were like, "Yeah, I don't have one." And then me just being nice, so she would just leave us alone. I was just like, "Yes." And then um, we she added me on Instagram, and then I blocked her immediately. Not immediately. I waited till we left, and then I blocked her. And I was just like, never in my life has that ever happened. And I was just like, what the hell? So we always laugh at that. Mm-mm-mm. But TwitchCon. But she seemed like a local, so it wasn't like another like streamer that had done this. It was a local person that frequented that bar, and yeah. And then she walked away. Well, actually, no. She asked because we rejected her. We well, reject is kind of hard word, but I mean it's true. She's like, "Don't y'all think I look pretty?" And we're like, "Yeah, you look good, but we're still not interested." Cocaine is a hell of a drug. I mean, it was intense. I was like, but we had a good laugh after that, and then we got tacos, which was nice. Let's see, STL 3MF export. 3MF format isn't viewable in Fusion Team. I mean, that's fine. I don't want to. Let me do this to the desktop. So right now I'm saving the Gambit staff. Isn't that what we were talking about earlier? I don't know. I lost track. Okay, I'm going back to Direct's comment because I missed that. Since starting the cosplay hobby, I've started learning skills that can actually help me make money on the side while building cool stuff or farming for job interviews. No, like it's so true. Like I leveraged the stuff that I do on stream in my job interview as well. It's like this is stuff I do outside of work as well, and it's also going to benefit you at the end of the day because I'm actively trying to get better at what I'm doing, and it's gonna come back around full circle. So I upskill, I stream, I build stuff, and then what I learn, it goes all the way around, all the way around. Let's see. Body save to my computer. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to save it to my actual desktop. All right, there we go. Ooh, also I have the resin printer now. There's no resin in it right now, but I just wanted to load up a test print for later. Let's see. So let's see. 3D print, this part, export. Yes. I wish I could select multiple parts at once, which kind of blows, but save. And I recently learned that it's easier and better to export as, are these two the, come on, combine. It's easier to, you get more resolution out of your print when you export it as a 3MF or a step file. I didn't know that until recently. What you get? What you get? What? What you talking about? Unless I missed something. 3D print. Body 11. And then this. Oh, resin printer. I had gotten the Elegoo Saturn 4 Ultra 16K. It was on sale. A while ago. It was before Black Friday. It was on sale. And then I ended up getting the air filter system for it for Black Friday. So everything's set up now. Let me see if I could do this. So it's in that corner over there. It's a huge machine. When we were setting up, I was actually surprised by how large it was. And then right next to it in white is the filter system. And then I just bought just a random tub from Walmart so I can clean the prints. And I don't plan on really using like the ABS resin. I'm gonna keep it water soluble just because I don't like dealing with a crap ton of isopropyl alcohol. I've done it in the past when I had my smaller resin printer. It was a Anycubic Proton Mono. And just dealing with the cleaning and the smells and all of that, it was just a pain in the ass. So the water soluble ones that I got, the odor should be significantly less. Still need to use like a respirator and stuff. But now that I have the filtration system, I'm pretty confident in it. All right. Yeah, turning your passions into this, which is why I'm like really grateful for how much we've grown over the past year. Um, because we get to just make more cool stuff. Let me go with the open. Okay. Yeah, the geometry is a lot better. Because if I had imported it as an STL, it would have more like the resolution wouldn't be that great as well. Let me just double check to make sure that which one is this one? I'm gonna delete this model for oh, they were inside of each other. I was so confused. You have the very first printer of the Anycubic. Speaking of venting, do you have an air purifier for your bamboos for ABS ASA? I personally don't print with those materials, so I did invest. There was one time I did print in ABS, and before I did that, I did find what is it? Voxel? Yeah, Voxel PLA. I was looking at filter systems. So I installed this. This one is something that I do actively have in at least the X1 Carbon. This, and then I replaced the. You were gonna get one of these? Yeah, like it's really good. And it already comes like pre-packed, and then you could always buy extra charcoal, not charcoal, carbon to go with it and replace it every so often. And I ended up getting the replacement filter as well. So I have a couple of these as well as the bento box. And I turn it on only when I'm printing in ABS, but that's very rarely. You have tabs for Voxel and Big Tree? Yeah. I've been looking at Big Tree Tech a lot too, because they have some really cool accessories for the bamboos, but it's not a need, it's more so a want. So I spent way too much money in the past like 3 months. So I'm pretty much over budget ending the year. So I had to start back on zero when January comes along. But I shouldn't need any new machines for the next long while anyway. What is this? This is not correct. I'm gonna delete this piece for now. Everything else is hollow with the exception of this part because I forgot to, whoa, plastic. I forgot to, what is this one? Subtract. And then re-output this one. Yeah, yes, save, overwrite, and then back to Bamboo Studio. And then if I do this, right click and reload from disk, and there you go. Since the file name's the same, it just kind of updated the model. Just make sure the orientation of everything is good. Pet G profile. Actually, it is the carbon that I'm using this in. JK. Support. Auto. Let's see what goes on here. Learn something every day to know. Yeah, so it's easier, so you don't have to like delete and then re-import. So if it's the exact same file name, all you have to do is do that option and it'll pop up. Yeah, this looks pretty good. 21 hours. Well, I guess, yeah, because with PetG, you got to print pretty slow. But what the hell? Is this right? It might be because of the number of walls. But yeah. Jeez. Peas and rice. Oh, I forgot to turn on TikTok. Go live. Hopefully this doesn't kill my Okay, so far so good. And then go live. Hold on. All right. Just doing that just to see. So far, no frames dropping, which is good. So far, everything's running. All right. And 20 a day? What? What just happened? Oh, I know why. Okay. Okay. What happens if I just go base? It's probably gonna be like half that time. You see this time? I was like, what the hell's going on here? I was like, ain't no way. I'm just doing this to see if it works. All right, cool. See, this one says 18. I'm just gonna go with slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. The material's loaded, so I just need to slice. And then I'll send this print on its way, and then we can go back to the modeling. But I want to thank y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all so very much. Let's see. All right. 21 hours. I'm just gonna send it. Carbon. A3, Pet G. Bed leveling, do that. Time lapse off. And luckily I'm working from home tomorrow, so I'll be able to watch everything. Hello from the Tiki Talks. T-shirt, thank you for liking the live. I appreciate you. Um, let's see. Oh, oh, it's sending. Okay. I panicked for a second. What we in here doing? I was just sending off the models for this Gambit staff that I made. I only did like the first like 4 sections because I know that those are done. But this top part still needs like a slight adjustment. Oh, and the handle. And then the bottom is literally a mirror of the top. So I'm just gonna print this section twice. But I need to resin print I need to fix the placement of these jewels. And then resin print them. Yeah. It makes sense. I'm glad that was understood. All right. But the reason that we're here today, jewels, yeah, see? You see what I did there? You see what I did there? Let's see. So admin project, electrical things, Elgato Powerglove. This was the sketch that I originally made, so that way we were able to design this board for the Powerglove project. So now that we have everything that we need, I need to build an enclosure. So originally, the controller itself was mounted directly to the top of the glove, but since I have this additional board here, I need to make an additional enclosure that goes around that. And I can use these holes as reference for the new enclosure. That way they kind of stack on top of each other, right? And that'll make my life a bit easier. All right, so let's see, body sketch. Let me close that out. So what I'm gonna do is create, what body is this? Oh, that was the template. So when I made the circuit board, I actually kind of recreated a template that I was able to quickly print and lay over the buttons just to make sure everything lines up. And I had to go through several iterations of this. It took like 7 tries to get it right, because all the holes had to line up and everything. So everything ended up working out, which was fantastic. And now I'm gonna create a new sketch on top of this, referencing this. Wait, projecting this hole and this hole, because these are gonna be the mounting holes. And I can get rid of this sketch. Actually, no, I'm gonna leave it there for now. I'm gonna take a quick measurement of the circuit board real quick. Oh, let me turn. Oh, you know what's nuts? I had no idea my overhead camera has been on, so I don't know how long it's been on. And thank you for liking the live. I appreciate you. And thank you for the follow. Let's see. We are currently doing some 3D modeling for a Nintendo Powerglove enclosure. So I'm gonna do this real quick. And I'm gonna actually show y'all what. Oh, I need to add that scene. Hold on. Scene, main, overhead cam. Sorry, it's a little big right now. Here we go. Oop. Ta-da. That way y'all can actually see what's going on here. Is it showing here? I just want to double check and make sure. Yep. And I should be wearing these gloves. I bought these because they're compression gloves, and I literally sit at a computer for my day job. And then I play video games once I'm home. So in order to keep carpal tunnel at bay, I did invest in some compression gloves. I did get like I moved this. I shouldn't have moved it. But I did get a wrist rest and this for my mouse. Just kind of just making sure I take care of myself because I am getting older. So it's important to be aware. Okay, printer is going. So let's see. In millimeters, it's zeroed out. Gonna bring this in. Whoop. There we go. 105.85. So I'm just gonna do. I'm gonna do a center rectangle. We said 105.85. 105.85. And I know there's going to be some adjustment. And let me go back to the screen really quick. And then why is Raven singing Lean on Me? 68.34. 68.34. And then I'm gonna hide this scene because things are kind of in the way. Oop. Let's see. Trying to figure out. Lol. All right. All right. So this isn't the center. Okay, can I? Hello? Let me get rid of this sketch. Okay, so that just gives me the outline of that part. And is this the center? No, it's not the center. Do I want to center it is the question. Let me see what that looks like. Yeah, so what's gonna have to happen is, there we go. I would say probably a 1/4 inch down from the edge of the board, this has to sit. So I'm gonna turn this back on. I don't know why I cancel. One second. Oh. Unfix. Can this move now? No! It's fine. Because this thing isn't exactly centered to begin with. So if I put that there, I'm trying to make it so that the connectors overlap each other, but not by too much. So that one goes to this hole. And do that. And that is the side with this. So this is going to be pulled in a little. I'm trying to like align things up manually just to make sure that things like fit. All right. And then I can adjust from there. I just want to be able to create a quick template. Oops. That I could just make some changes to and print. So I would say maybe 1/10 of an inch. So that clears that corner. And then this has to be pulled down. And this is an estimate. Maybe it's the center. I could center it. Yeah, I could center it. Like here. And then shift it down a little bit. Or is it truly center? Nope, it's closer to the edge. Hold on. So this side will be pulled closer, like say here. This side right there. And then what I would do is actually take the measurement. We said, oops, cancel. We said 104.85. 104.85 millimeters. And then here we said 68.35. This is a guess. Okay, so I think it's shifted down a little bit too much. There we go. Since it's fixed, I can actually move this around more freely. Let's see, if I stack these on top, then that corner hole is actually open. So I can shift this over a bit more, expose that corner hole. And then the hole above actually lines up with the board. And I think that's the approximate like area that's needed. So what I could do now is I'm gonna offset by, I'm gonna say 5 millimeters. That's too big. And then offset again. get rid of this sketch. And then I'm just gonna extrude all of this by point. I'm just gonna say 0.6 millimeters. Or 0.4 rather. Just 2 layers. And then we're gonna extrude it again, this time this side. And we're gonna say, oh, this was the left view? Oh. Yeah. Just to see what that's gonna look like. And then we have our holes. So what I should have done as well was edit. Take this, project again, this point. And then take that away, then extrude. Just something so that we're able delete, edit feature. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just print this on print utility application bamboo. Turn to God before it's too late. God bless. That's someone saying that in the TikTok chat. That's kind of bananas. But you know what I say to that? I don't care. Let's see. Wait, did I combine the two? Oh, I did. Okay, there's a little shelf there. I was so confused for a second. Slice. 18 minutes. Print on the other machine. Oh, it's with the PETG profile. Generic custom. So that should be done in a few minutes. Sent. In the meantime, I think I can still work on some other stuff as well. That makes no sense. Trying to see why this thing is. This thing is complicated for no reason, from. I hope that this is actually working. Yep, it appears to be doing the thing. Sweet. There was something else that I also wanted to work on. Can't seem to think about it. Let me see. Da, 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 ba, ba, da, da. Oh. I need to fix this. For some reason. Ooh, you tried to get me. You tried it. Cruising girl, hi. How are you? Can I take that off? Slice. Whoop. Things are frozen. Cruising girl, how are you doing? How was George? How is a young George doing? And welcome back. Should have waited for me to get in the zone. I mean, I was. I just didn't get scared. I just wasn't too scared. Okay, so I did a bunch of like little test prints for this new printer, and this. So let me do this now. Oranges, well, tangerine, well, mandarins. Yeah, I just had them for like a little snacky snack while I was working. So the Solval printer, yeah, the Solval SVO8 Max. I started off by doing a bunch of test prints to calibrate the materials that I typically use on the printer. So this one is PLA. It's matte PLA, so there's not really a shine to it. This one actually like printed really well. It only took me like 1 or 2 tries to get it down packed. But this came out really, really, really good. The PET G was a bit trickier. I did have a roll of the old formulation, which I have this giant 5 kilogram roll for, as well as a 1 kilogram roll of the new formulation. The new formulation I was able to get in like 2 tries. Is this also? Is this? Yeah, this isn't it. This is also PLA. That's a lie. Because I was like, it's a bit dull. It's not very shiny. So this one's the PETG. So this first one, it's gonna be hard to see. I don't know how well I can display it in the camera, but if I shine the light correctly, you can see like these like specks that are different than the dark areas, and they're just like little bits of material just kind of like pilling up on the surface. Then I adjusted the parameters a bit and I was able to get it cleared up, which is really nice. This is good enough for me to do what I have to do with the part. Then I was on the YouTubes, You heard the SVO8 can use some upgrades. The print head to get it working superbly. Yeah. The base model or the max? Because I know talking to Willow, she mentioned changing the nozzle to like a 0.6. So I'm gonna look into getting some additional nozzles this weekend for sure. Because right now I'm using a standard 0.4 nozzle. I'm not sure what other upgrades there are, but YouTube's this is a foot scrubber, foot sander thing for your callous feet. This actually works really well for sanding prints. And it was like I think 15 bucks and it has to be plugged in to be used. But I was able to sand this in like as little as 3 to 4 minutes. You don't have calloused feet. Me neither. But I was on YouTube and there's this I forgot what her name is. I think it's Props. She also does a lot of prop work. Mostly does a lot of like Star Wars related prop making. And she was like, "Oh, she like bought this and it actually works really well." Instead of like just hand sanding because that can be tedious and especially for my hands these days between being on a computer like 15 hours a day. I'd rather not work my hands out that much. And I was able to do this in like 3 to 4 minutes. Just with the standard paper that it comes with. I did get some other sandpaper like grits. So I'm curious to see how well I can turn this out. This was just a test. So this side was the printed side, this side is the sanded side. And so far, the defects that I even had on this piece, I was able to sand it down. So really, it doesn't matter if it was this good print, good quote unquote, or this print. I was able to sand it just fine. You have a Dremel that you use occasionally. Yeah, I used to use my Dremel a lot, but then I quickly realized that the surface area that you're working with, the Dremel is so small, especially if you're dealing with the sander bit. It's so small, and then because it's rotating in a circular motion, if you apply too much pressure, you could either like melt the part or the part won't be like smooth as you're running across it. At least with this, yes, there's a rotation to it, but the rotation is still like parallel to the surface. So it's I like this. It's cool. I've been doing a lot of research to kind of optimize the prop making process, whether it's printing, post processing, all that stuff, just to make sure that I'm just learning from those who have done this before me, so I could try to make things a bit better and easier for myself. All right. So this print, let me turn this back on. Boop. You also have a silly tool. What's silly tool? I need to update the parameters again. I may have to slow it down. So 30, 60. Let's do 100 and 200 here. And then 250 here. Or even 200. Just want to reslice it. Okay, both printers are doing their things, which is good. I can see there's some material that lifted here, but I think there is a brim being used. I don't remember what the current setting is. And then this one. This one, the image, it's a slower camera. It doesn't refresh as fast as the other camera. 720p at 30 FPS. There we go. I'm hoping this works. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna send it to this machine behind. People are so funny. Let's see. Upload and print. The internet's such a funny freaking place. Someone popped into the the TikTok live, said, "Turn to God before it's too late. God bless." I didn't even catch it until like super late. And I was like, okay. That's the same crowd that be like, oh, all the LGBTQIA people are forcing themselves on our society. And it's like, dude, I was just sitting here talking about nerd shit. You came in here to like turn to God. Like, okay. Have fun with that. People are so interesting. I'm glad that it does not bother me. I'm hoping, okay, so it's sending the data still. So this will take like a few seconds for it to do. And then the print will start. It may take about 10 minutes for it to actually start printing just because it has to heat the bed and everything like that. I also need to compare, let's see the speed. See, I can't even use this as a reference because there are two different machines. 60, 30, 20, 10, 10. 60, 30, 20, 10, 10. At a speed. Bridge 60, 200 gap. External, internal. Let's see. I heard a clicking noise. Bridge 60 millimeters a second. And then external, which I assume is external. Let's just say 60. Because it all appears to be one value. So the support material looked the best, so I think I need to slow everything down even more. So right now everything is heating up. And then we'll see how that works. I just think things were a little bit too fast and not the best. La 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 la. All right. In the meantime, I'm gonna load up. The next thing we actually do have to print is the Gachiakuta Ripper Sword. One of the major things I have to do though is make sure that the lengths match, even though this is technically a direct copy of. Is it? The white blade is a copy of the black blade. But I know for a fact that if I were to close these, it would be a different length. But that might be fine. So if I were to rotate this black blade, but what I could do is get rid of the center pins, and I gotta turn these into components. So the white blade, create component, black blade, create component, and then the center pin, and then the pin cap. So in order for me to move these, I'm going to create a joint. Here. Well, white blade does that. Component 2. Here. So right now it's trying to overlap. We don't want that. We want origin between the two components. Plane 1, plane 2. Okay, motion, we want a revolute. Whoa, go back. Z. Let's see. Joint. Motion. Rotates a component around the joint origin, which is that. Snap. Here. Snap. Get rid of this for now. Alright, so I gotta fix this. Get rid of this. Oh, wait. No, I'm dumb. Center pin. Why did it flip? I mean, create a joint at the extended. I'm still trying to learn joints, so bear with me while we figure this out. Revolute pin rotates this. Oh wait. Um. Pin slot, I think. And then okay, so that's a slide. We don't want it to slide. Okay, that's a Z. X. Y. X. Z. But we don't want it to slide. Rotates and slides along a single axis. Slider sliding a component along a single. Run a joint origin. There we go. All right. So now shit. No, I just deleted the progress that I made. All right. So we do a revolute. We do get rid of this here. And then edge intersection. All right. So now we got this rotating part. But we didn't necessarily want this to rotate. We wanted the blade to rotate. So I think I'm gonna flip it. So that way this blade here. The right blade. Okay, that's fine. Actually, hold on. Bip. And then component 2 is the pin. And that's this. And then we do this, and we... Hey. Okay, so I overthought it. So we want to put the part that spins first, then the other one. So we want a minimum white blade. Because if I rotate this piece, you can tell it's a bit shorter, which I'm kind of annoyed with. And really, these wouldn't cross paths anyway, so is it really that much of a big deal? Because this is the most it would rotate, like, before it knocks into the other part. So I think we're fine. I don't want to nitpick too much about this. And then at most that. And then preview. Welcome, welcome everybody. I think that works, right? Good. So minimum and maximum doesn't matter how much I... Oops. There we go. Save that before I forget. All right. Print is done for this test piece. Okay. Now we're switching back to craft cam and... Yeah. So for this power glove, we got this little test panel. I just want to make sure the overall shape of this is fine. One thing I didn't take into account is this USB-C plug. It sticks up quite a bit, so I need to map out the size once I'm done here. So for the time being, I'm just gonna disconnect these cables. Oh, snap. Whoa, double raid. You know what that means? That thing's gonna go off twice. Welcome in, everyone. My name is CyberJules. I'm a tech-based variety streamer here on Twitch. I do a lot of stuff with 3D printing, electronics, combining the two to make some fun stuff. Welcome in, everybody. I hope your day went well. Oh, the green screen. Oh my goodness. Welcome, welcome. Oh. It's gonna go off a second time. I was in the process of fixing something, but I don't know if I can do it in time. Hold on. Let me see. Filters! Filters! I broke it. Thank you. Thank you so much for the raids. Oh my god. uh, I don't know why. I don't know why the thing is doing the things. Hold on, let me see what's going on here. Set preset. And for whatever reason, I gotta fix that. Yeah. Thank you so much for the follows, everyone. I appreciate you. And layer by layer, thank you so much for the 10-month sub. Welcome back, welcome back. What we all talking about today? I know y'all did your podcast. Oh, what the hell? Let's see. What is this? Hello? It's saying that I am inactive. I am here. Okay? Sorry, TikTok is being rather silly. Thank you all for being here today, and thank you for the follows. Follows here are anonymous. If you just want to lurk and chill, that is totally okay. 3D printing talk, bearded printer has. Oh, look at you, bearded printer. That's sick. Hey, thank you so much. Y'all started a hype train. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for the Prime sub, Kit Skyfire. Welcome in. I do a lot of 3D printing thingamahoozits. We were actually talking about the big project we're working on. Well, there's several projects, really. You know. Oh my god. Moji. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. I appreciate all of you for being here and subbing. Currently at a level 1 hype train, and ads start in 3 minutes. So it's up to you what you want to do. But currently I was just kind of going over, and welcome back, Bearded Printer. I hope your interview went super swell. Oh shit. Bearded Printer, thank you so much for the 4-month sub. We completed a level 1 hype train. Thank you all. Thank you all. I was just kind of going over, what was I doing? See, when things happen, I forget where I am in like terms of like what I'm actively working on, because I usually jump around a lot. Oh, here we are. We are working on, oh snap. Thank you so much for the gifted. For some reason, the alert for that is not going off. But thank you so much. Why is that not doing a thing? Oh, I had it disabled for whatever reason. I think I was testing something. I think I was testing a thing. Let's see. Edit. Enable. And then, can I test this? I wonder if this is going to work. This isn't a real person, I think. I just forced a test. But thank you so much for the gifted. I need to fix that so it actively reflects the person that's gifting the sub as well as the person receiving. So I think that's why I had that disabled. But I appreciate the support nonetheless. We were actually going over the Elgato Streamdeck Powerglove project, and this thing is, oh, there we go. Go back to the scene. Is everything on track? Yes. So we got this here Powerglove. And right now I actually just quickly modeled like the backside of the enclosure plate just so that we would get an idea of whether or not this will actually fit, or is it like at least the starting size that we're working with. So far it seems to be working. And I probably need to make it a little bit bigger, either that or just shave off the edge ever so slightly, because this is just regular FI4. It sands pretty easily. And then I have to cut out an opening for the USB port so that way, because this is facing downward, and you can see it like the hole kind of overlaps. It's kind of hard to see because it's not zoomed in, but this side. This is going to be interesting. Because, and this actually works as is, by the way. These two cables have to plug into it. And then like so. And then I have to think about, oh, when this is mounted on the hand, where does this USB end up? So I think either I have to move it up a little. Actually, no, I have to move it down. So I would actually have to physically move or create another model so that way this is shifted more downwards, because since that sticks up, it has to sit like so. And to avoid any hardware issues and breaking of any components, we have to be extremely careful how we're doing this. But so far, it appears to at least sit in this pretty well. I could make it a little, let me see. I could make it a little bit wider for sure. So for this, I'm going to go back to the sketch. I'm going to add another 5.5. I'm just going to add another millimeter to it. So that should make things a bit longer. So finish, and then 3D print. Oh, thank you guys so much again for the level 2. I hope you guys enjoy the emotes. I'm definitely planning on revamping stream for next year. Means new emotes, new alerts, just some things I got working in the background. Okay, let's do that. Print that again. So I just made it a millimeter wider, which should satisfy the print. Cancel. Which side has the edge? That side. So I'm gonna do that. Put it flat. Bam, 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 bam. Slice. 16 minutes and send it. But so far we've just been chilling. Let's see. That's good. And in the meantime, Gambit is being printed, at least the staff. Let's see how that's going right now. It says it's gonna take 21 hours. I mean, so far so good. So far so good. I'm happy with this. I didn't realize I didn't have my game screen on, or my main monitor on. There we go. All right. So let's see. Let's see. What do I wanna do here? Well, since I'm home tomorrow, this will print. It said 21 hours. So by 6 p.m. tomorrow, this should be done. Which kind of sucks. I hope I made the diameter of the pipe a bit wider than... I did. Okay, thank God. I was like, I hope I made it wider than what the rod actually is, because then I would have to reprint this whole section, which I really don't want to do. Let's see. That's printing. That's printing. And then we were just toying around with this Ripper sword. I also... Whoops. We're gonna change this. Marvel. We're gonna be modeling something else in the meantime. I'm going to change the description of this. Save. There we go. Let's see. Library. Marvel Rivals. Alright, let's see. I took like a bunch of screenshots because I kept seeing things that I would want to make, one of which was Emma's staff. Which is it looks like a pretty straightforward design. Then there was Magic's new skin, her outfit. Trying to see. So I'm trying to figure out what to start with first. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the follow. Follows here are anonymous, so if you want to lurk and chill, that's totally okay. Welcome in. Welcome. Let's see. I'm trying to decide what to do next. Just to kill a little bit of time, because I did start late today. Emma's scepter would be the easiest, so we can do that. So let's do file, new design, save as Emma scepter. And I'm gonna just go off of things that I've been making recently have been approximately like 6 feet tall. So I think that's fine. I have some different angles, but I think it's more like 5.5. Cause she's sitting down right now, and I wish I had. Oh, I did. Okay, she's sitting down. It's like just below her height. So what if I make it at my height? What if I do 5'6" total? So for that, I need this is like the best image probably. Snipping. And by best image, I just mean that it's standing vertical. And then I can figure out proportions. sketch. This is the front. Insert, canvas, desktop, screenshot, front. I'm gonna just say okay. Sketch. Edit. Finish. Gonna move this back. And I'm gonna do a center line. I said 5'6", which is 66 inches. So then I need to scale up this. Calibrate top. I guess here, bottom. And then edit again. Drag this up. And over. Estimation. And it's a pretty simple shape. So I'm just gonna make it an inch wide. Probably here. Whoa. And then I'll take another shot at... Gotta get a different angle. I know I took a low shot to get... Kinda get what the bottom looks like. It's like a couple bubbles and then... Pointy bottom, maybe. I could always go back in the game and double check. But one of the main things I wanted to get was the top. So we got some diamonds. And I'm just looking at simple shapes here. And it like looks kind of pointy. And then to here. I think I can just make it up as I go. Like here to like here. Here. An ellipse. Ew. It says like some little baubles. And then I can drag this down there. And let's see if I can get a better angle. Oh, there's like a Okay, there's like a longer shape. So 1, 2. So I gotta redo that. Okay, I know what to do. That I'm just gonna do bam, 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 bam. Oops. Bam, 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 bam. And then like a vase kind of a thing. Like bam, bam, bam. That okay. This is all guessing at the bottom. And then it like folds in a little bit. Like it comes out, and then I'm gonna do this. And I doubt it's like super pointy. I can find a better angle. Shit. Nope. Oh. Bobbles down. I'm pretty sure it's a pointy end. Or pointy-ish end. I'll just leave it like that. It'll be close enough. I'm comfortable. That. There, that's. Okay. That's just best guess at what that section is. Then I'll revolve it, and we'll have finish. Revolve, revolve, revolve. Axis, bam. New body. There we go. Create a torus. Actually, no. I'm still gonna edit the sketch. There's still more I could do. ellipse. Let's do a lot. Oh, no. Revolve this against this center line. Try moving the profile, trimming it along the axis. Okay, so I have to edit, trim this side, then connect these two. Finish. Now I can revolve this sketch around this axis and join it. And then I'm still gonna edit. Start here and down here, finish. Then we're gonna revolve here, around here. Okay. Just a rough shape. Then there were some diamonds at the end, the top. And what I'm gonna do is a sketch. I have in my head how I'm gonna do it. Here, finish. Sketch. Origin. And then we're gonna emboss sketch on this face. I think I could keep it simple by just doing this. Hit OK. And then pattern, circular pattern, feature, this feature, axis, this axis. How many times? I'm guessing 3. It might be 4 actually. And they're super close to each other. Yeah, I think it's 4. So let's do it one more time. Bam. Then as far as the jewel is concerned, how many edges should it have? So we're gonna construct a plane, offset plane off this. roughly. And then another offset plane off of this to dictate the top. And then another offset plane based on the bottom. And all I'm going to do here is on the bottom, I'm just going to create a point. That's on that. Then, doesn't matter which side I do. So if I do a general loft, then turn it into like a hexagonal shape, that should work. Let me go back to this sketch, edit, and then we're gonna add some more points. So it's here, 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 and here. Finish. I made that one a little bit too far. 3, 6, 3, 6. Keep everything symmetrical. Circle, 2-point circle. Finish. And then another 2-point circle. Okay, everything's defined. Now I can create a loft from this top, middle, bottom. Maybe I'll stop there. That's a new body. And then I'm gonna do 2 lofts. There from that face to here. That way it's pointed. And then join them. So now we have our general shape. Next, we're gonna go up top. Make that disappear. And then use this reference. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So octagonal. It's an octagon. Construction line. It's 1, 2, 3. 4. Construction. Finish. Now I'm trying to think of how I'm going to use this as a cut surface. Because right now it'll just cut down instead of like outward at an angle. Maybe I just need one more offset plane up here. Okay. And then a sketch on said plane with the point in the middle. Then we turn this into a 3D sketch. Oh wait, cancel. Split with surface. What if I turn this into a surface? Then I can go back to solid, modify, split face, select face to split, splitting tools. Wait, cancel. Or I could just split body. I'm gonna have to do it one at a time, which kind of sucks. Chill. La 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 la. Chill. We doing the things. How you doing, friend? Oh man, this is Garbo. Okay, cancel. I'm gonna have to edit. So if I split this by this. Ah. 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 Wait, what? Kind of. Kinda, sort of. I don't like that there's a lip here. Oh, wait. No, I kind of know what I could do. Kinda. I don't know. Mm, I don't know. Hold on. Offset this again. Edit. Beep beep beep. Wait. If I look at this, I don't want it to be like super duper detailed, but I can tell that there are multiple shapes to it. I think what I could have done is cancel that. Go back. Yeah, this is kind of complicated. Hold on. What if I... JK. Hmm. Let's see, do this. I'm trying to think. Here we go. Bow, ba-da, bow, ba-da, bow. Okay, I think that's already connected. Yeah, it is. Finish. Bow, bow, bow. All right, so now I'm pretty sure I can loft. Maybe that's what I should have done. Hold on. Maybe I was just overcomplicating the shit out of this. Yeah, I was overcomplicating the shit out of it. I didn't need to do all these stupid triangles. I could have just done the hexagons and called it a day. I love when I overcomplicate things. There goes me overcomplicating shit again. Whee! So there's our diamond. I could add a bit more to it. It like crosses over. So maybe. So instead of joining, I'll make it a new body. I have an idea. We can do an intersect and get rid of the extra pieces that we don't need. Actually, no. Keep it simple. 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 Don't overcomplicate it. Even though I would like to. Because it kind of crosses a bit. Images. It like crosses over multiple times and all this other stuff. So we got the main shape. I think we're okay. Just leave it as is. Now we got hide. So now we gotta add the little claw things to grab at the diamond. And that happens at this angle. Tangent plane, maybe? No. At angle? Nope. Actually, no. Cancel. 360 divided by 824. Wait. 40. 40. 40. 40. 40. 40. 40. 40. 40. Actually, no, that's 32. Um, 40. So it is 45. So I was right. Construct plane at angle. Select this line. Go 45 degrees. Okay. And then construct offset plane here. I don't know how far away I gotta make it. Let's do like a claw thing. Trying to think a little bit. So if I do this and I do a point here, like where do I want it to grab is the main question. Is this the chipmunks? Sorry, I'm late to respond. I'm assuming it was the last song. No. No chipmunks. Sorry, I was kind of locked in for a minute. So these claws extend kind of. Do I have a picture? Oh, I deleted it. I'm trying to find a close-up shot of the top, like here. Point. There's 3 of them. Wait, so was I wrong to add a 4th? 1, 2, 3. Shit, I can't tell. Was there only 3? I think there's only 3. That would make more sense. Where's the revolve here? So edit. It's 3. Damn. It was a Christmas Don't Be Late song. There's a chipmunk version. Oh! I didn't know that. I did not know that. So it's plus or minus. I want to shift it though. Suppression. Ah, okay. I think I know what that means. All right. So I'll do it from the front view. I wanted one of them to at least be in the center. Suppress that one. See, I wish it was... It's fine. I'll fix it after the fact. So edit. Wait. It comes up on either side of the diamond. Oh. So that does that, and then the rail. Rail is not smooth. Really? Hmm. I could do a form. Uh, modify, edit. Mm-hmm. Interesting. I'm learning about all the things. This is really cool. And then hit OK. It doesn't have to be like super exact. And then these two. I'm gonna edit and move down. Body. Okay. Sucks that I can't see. T-spline failed to. Okay, return. Okay, close. It's because of this point here. It doesn't know what to do with it. Cancel. What I could do is, I know what to do. What I could do is this. We're gonna do it again. We're gonna create a loft. Oh, cancel that. This. And this. If this is a ramp. I wish that. Hold on. Thicken, match, straighten, flatten. It doesn't want to show. That's why the thing about organic, like making organic shapes for me is hard because I'm not that great at it in Fusion. I think I'm just overthinking it. Edit, delete. Delete. What I could do is create a form. They are connected. Follow curve. Is this Cookie Monster? What the hell? Man, I need to use Blender or something because this is an organic shape and it's pissing me off. All right. I need to be able to have the flexibility to use a tablet, so I'll do that offline. Otherwise, it's not going to work properly. What I could do though is I'm going to export these two parts. Actually, I can export everything. Into a step file. I'm gonna export it as a step and a 3MF. There we go. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna import it into my tablet, sculpt everything, and then just output it as one whole piece. And I can do that in either in Blender or Nomad. I'm probably just gonna do it in Nomad Sculpt. Make everything look a bit better. Hell, I could probably even combine these two. Combine. Let me get rid of this. Yeah, this is pretty much done with the exception of that freaking top bit that I need to figure out. So that's done. The next thing that I want to do, not tonight, but probably on Thursday, is I want to do magic. So that's why I keep flipping back and forth with these snapshots, is magic sword. Which I could do. And then LEDs. Like, I have an idea. This could work. I don't know how tall she is. I'm just gonna make this like 5'6". I'll make it my height. This is gonna be an easy model to do. I'll probably do that offline starting tomorrow just to get the skeleton out, and then on Thursday we can finish it. Sometimes it's easy for me to do a model, sometimes it's not. But I'm learning each time, which is important. Oh, this is done. Hold on. All right, so checking the edges, this new template actually works. So we have a starting point. I'll continue to build around this, and then I will report my progress on Thursday. Let's see. Done. All right, y'all. That is all I have for today. Thank y'all so much for being here. I'm gonna end the YouTubes right now. And I appreciate y'all for hanging out. Bye.